This time I'm having issue with my Craftsman 8.5 horsepower snowblower. Everything's running fine, starts up, rotates, and it moves, but it's not throwing the snow, so I decided to investigate, and this is what I found. Here's the blade, here's the shaft, and look at that gear, it's totally stripped. Look at that. It's inside the box, and it's really easy to do. And the snow throwing blade come out of here, which is this, that throws out the snow out of here. This blade pushes the snow into that section, and this throws snow out of here. And everything's turning, everything rotates except this blade. And this is Coles, and you could buy that on eBay for 40 bucks. This is how you start the maintenance on a snowblower. Grab the bar, flip it over. There's a black skid plate. It's 3/8. You got 1 bolt, 2 bolt, 3 bolt. Take this one out. Pull this back. Down. Voila, you got access to everything else. So you see that bolt right there, that's a 1/2-inch bolt that holds that little keyway on the shaft. This is the bolt right there, that bolt. And you got one right here too. There's two, one here and one there. That's why you got to loosen up to take the whole shaft out. This whole shaft comes out this way once you take those 2 screws out. You got to make sure that you don't lose the keyway. And let me see if you can't see it. There's a keyway underneath between the shaft and the pulley. So when you loosen that bolt, this bolt right here, keyway is going to fall out, or it's going to be with the pulley. So you're going to have to look for that. Don't lose that keyway. Okay? So we're going to take this off. With the 1/2-inch with a 9-inch extension, okay? This is the how do you remove the blade assembly. So there's a bolt right there, 3 bolts. There's 3 bolts right there. They're a 1/2-inch, and they're a 1/2-inch bolt. So once you got the shaft out, and you need a 7/16 and 3/8. And you take this bolt out, and a nut. Once the bolt is 3/8, and the nut is a 7/16. So you put this over here, and you. So we got this damaged gear here. Okay, and here's a new one. And remember I said you got to remember the gear, it's got to go left to right. So the gear is going left to right, and when you flip it, still go left and right, so you can't make a mistake. You can put it in any direction. Alright? And here's a new one. Here's a bad one. Look at the size difference on that gear. Okay? Alright, so we're going to replace the gear. We're going to replace the gear. It's going to slide down. Make sure the key right there is going to go inside of that hole. Okay, so we're going to line that up. It's kind of difficult with recording it, putting this together. So if they're lined up, the key's lined up, you push this down. So now it's on there snug. You want to tap that down, but you don't want to hit that gear with a hammer and dent it or damage it. So what I'm going to do is put the old gear back top of it. Right there. I'm going to put the old gear. It's already damaged. Slide it down and hammer the old gear. And there we go. Once you got that snow throwing blade shaft into that gear, and I got the 1/2 gear box, you will throw the other half into this gears, And once again, you got to watch out for this brown bushing. You see that there's a notch area, and there's a little bump on the little hole. That has to be lined up, otherwise the case will not close completely, okay? So make sure you line that up, and I see you in the next round. As you can see, I replaced the grease with the automotive, it's the grease they use on all the A-arms and joints. So it's made for outdoor heavy duty use, so I use that grease in this application, and should be better on the weather. So I'm gonna put this back together. Once you got the case close together, I'm just holding it by a finger just in case bearings and the gear is not lined up properly. And I got this the grease seal bearing. I pulled out, and I can push that in later. And make sure that everything is right. You're gonna have to spin the blade gear, which is this, right? You're gonna have to spin this and make sure the shaft is turning. So you just turn this slowly. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the shaft is turning, so we're good. So I can put the bolts in. Yeah, once you got the snow blade lined up with the shaft, which is over here, there's a little keyway. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bolt right there, and there's a little keyway there with the 1/2-inch bolt. So you have to line it up, put the snowblower shaft all the way through here, line up with the hole, make sure there's a keyway. There's let me see if you can see it. There's right there, there's sticking down, that piece right there. That's the keyway on the shaft. Make sure that's in there. I put a little crazy glue, or you can put a grease, so they stay in the keyway. And next thing you do is line this up, and I'll put the bolt, 1/2-inch bolt, all three, 1/2-inch bolt. This way, that lines up the shaft that we're supposed to go. Because if you forget to tighten it and you tighten that bolt, that hole's not going to line up. So make sure you got to make this hole's tightening first, then you're going to tighten up that. Let me see if you can see it better. Those bolts right there, okay? That goes last.